When it comes to combating misinformation, this is one that we absolutely have to address. According to Variety, yesterday, on the earnings call for Ubisoft that we covered live here on Valiant Renegade, they said that Ubisoft shoots down the rumor that Assassin's Creed could be further delayed. They absolutely did not do that. In fact, they did the opposite. We're going to explain why. Renegade Online. Well, if there's anything that's really scary today, it was this. It was Ubisoft's earnings call. Yikes. Yeah, we're going to go through this. There's quite a bit to discuss. And let me tell you what, I think one of the things that is fascinating to me is the fact that there is already some bona fide copium going on out there. And by that, what I'm talking about is the fact that we've already got media outlets that have put their, let's call it, selective interpretation onto things. Let me show you one of the ones I'm talking about here. And I've got some guests here that we're going to have some fun with this one. I'm going to bring them in just a minute. Ubisoft shoots down rumor, from us lowly YouTubers, that Assassin's Creed Shadows could be further delayed. No, they actually didn't. As a matter of fact, they did the exact opposite of that. They seem to confirm the rumor that is on the table. And I'm going to explain why. This is from Variety magazine. And this writer, Miss Jennifer Maz, however you say her last name, I'm not deliberately trying to mispronounce it, but with all due respect, you did not listen to what was said on this call. I listened to this call during my lunch break today at the day job, listening to this earnings call, enjoying my New Orleans meatball sub, and kind of chuckling my way through it, because let's just say that the analysts that called in from a lot of the major banks were pressing Mr. Yves Guillemot quite a bit during the Q&A. I'm actually going to play for you the quote that I think was completely misinterpreted here by Variety, because I have the audio of the earnings call. But year over year on the financials, I mean, you have gone from making a bunch of money to losing a bunch of money. Debt has gone up. They have about $2 billion worth of debt. And I remind people that according to the price of the stock right now, and the price of the stock has not been impacted yet by this earnings call. That's not going to happen until about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning tonight, Central Time, when the Paris exchange opens, the Euronext, because there's no real after-hours trading that shows up. So we're going to see the real impact of this earnings call. It hasn't happened yet, but the company itself isn't even worth $2 billion.
Well, they're worth $1 billion, right?
About $1.5 billion right now.
That's
they have
brutal.
about $2 billion in debt. So effectively right now, if the company were to go bankrupt, or if something were to happen, not even all of the debt would be able to be repaid. The stockholders would get zero. There were questions during the earnings call today from big banks about, okay, there's consideration about actually selling off pieces of Ubisoft right now.
Yes. That's what I heard, yeah.
Yeah, there's considerations of selling off certain IPs. And of course, the analysts, and they gave no color to what that means during the scripted portion. But then, of course, when the questions came in after the earnings call, everybody was, what would those be? And the answer was basically, we're not sure yet. We don't want to get into detail. Now, of course, that's bogus. They already have very good ideas in mind on what they would sell. And I don't think it would be anything that would be, it's not going to be Assassin's Creed level type IPs, I'm sure.
No, that's their most valuable one. Besides that, it's Rainbow Six.
Exactly. And they talked a lot about Rainbow Six on the call today, the new updates, the mobile game and all this, they were really trying to, they had to take a moment in the call to address the crappy sales of Star Wars Outlaws. But they tried to kind of get through that in short order. They were basically refraining information that was already out there. Didn't really give too much update to it. Didn't actually give any concrete sales figures, but they kept saying that they were effectively very, very hopeful that once it gets updated on November 21st with the big fix, and then at the same day gets released on Steam, that everything will get a lot better.
I doubt it.
Yeah, exactly. You don't think so. I don't think so. Craig doesn't either. Play this real quick. This is when they had to come back. This is the fifth time, almost the fourth or fifth time, that an analyst during the Q&A session asked about Assassin's Creed Shadows actually being released in February.
We expect a meaningful contribution, and notably from the ability for the game to come on time and with great quality.
So there were 4 questions asked before this. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
There were 4 questions asked about, are you still planning to hit the target here for Assassin's Creed, right? Or are we still gonna make it on time? And 4 times the question was outright dodged, like literally skipped over it. Answered all the other questions, did not confirm at all that Assassin's Creed would definitely come out in February. Finally, the last guy here asked that question. The 4th time, it was dodged effectively, and then said the operator tried to interrupt him, and then he's like, "Well, wait, I just want to confirm,
that gives us
what are we actually going to get it?" So, and that was a big part of this.
Please press.
Thank you. Made from the mid-February.
This is it right here.
I can't go into more detail.
Listen, fifth time.
Thank you. Maybe just to point out on Shadow, so there's no risk of it being delayed from the mid-February.
We have a good visibility for the game to come on time and with great quality.
We have a good visibility for the game to come on time and with great quality. Now, again, to be fair, Yves Guillemot, he's French. He does all these earnings calls in English, right? So does the CFO. But it's a simple yes or no question that was asked at that point 5 times.
Yeah.
Is this game going to come out on time?
Well, I heard it was going to be delayed till March. That's what I heard in one of
That's what I said too.
The script thing I got sent. I made a video about it like a week and a half ago or something.
I saw that. I even messaged you about that because I had talked about it on the live stream the night before. Yeah. I didn't know you had that video out, and I'm like, I just said the same thing, just on speculation based on what I was seeing. And 5 times today he was asked about this. One of the times was even, hey, if it doesn't come out on time, what impact is that going to have on your already seriously lowered financial expectations through the end of the fiscal year?
I don't think it's going to come out when it comes out, because if it comes out in February, it's going right up against Monster Hunter Wilds, which is the biggest IP second biggest, pretty much.
And that was one of the questions he was asked. He's like, are you still, one of the questions was, is it still going to come out? Because there's a lot of other stuff coming out around that same time. And even on that final question where he got pressed, where it was like, okay, wait, let me circle back because you didn't answer the question. Is it still going to come out in February? And finally, they were like, we have good visibility.
Just gobbledygook.
It's nonsense. It's so no, to the point here, and this is why I had this article a minute ago real quick, and I showed this, when Craig came in. But this idea that some of these people out there at Variety magazine, for example, right here, suggesting that Ubisoft somehow decided to put the rumors to rest, which they did not. Ubisoft didn't put anything to rest today. I think they only gave people more reason to question what was going on. Shoots down the rumor that it could be further delayed. And here's the crazy thing. This author, Jennifer Moss, even quotes what he said and still came to the wrong conclusion about the CFO said, we have good visibility for the game to come out on time and with great quality.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
But somehow to her, that's shooting it down. But
my final thoughts is Ubisoft is absolutely cooked. I think the only thing that's going to happen now is the game comes out, underperforms, and then Tencent just basically takes them private and buys them. I don't see them being saved. They don't have anything else coming out that I know of. Yeah. I know there's another Far Cry in development. It's not done yet, of course. I know the next Ghost Recon is the only game they have that's coming that is not identity politically driven in any way. At least that's what I'm told. So I guess if Ubisoft has anything that could maybe perform well, it would be that new Ghost Recon game. But they obviously haven't announced it yet. But that one's apparently like they want to bring it back to roots, military, no nonsense, no pronouns, none of that nonsense. So we'll see if that ends up happening. I don't know.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.